All right, good morning, traders. Today is May 30th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning is 527.34. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY still in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing below the bearish cross, but over the rising 17 EMA. SPY ends the day with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute downtrend. So we're looking for red erases green entries on the 10-minute chart. QQQ still in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing the day under the bullish trap but over the 17 EMA. IWM and Diamond Dow now in downtrends, made lower highs and lower lows, closing below bearish traps and below the 17 EMAs. FNGU made an outside day that's a higher high and a lower low, closed inside the bullish trap but over the rising and also over the rising 17 EMA. Gold now in a downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing below a bearish trap below the 17 EMA. Silver still in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. USO still in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. UNG still in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing beneath a bearish cross but over the 17 EMA. US dollar index now in an uptrend, closing around the 105.10 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. First chart, SPY. Yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low. Notice we took out this low here. We could probably be classified as a downtrend, but that's above the 17 EMA. So I'm going to still keep it as an uptrend. All right, so we're in a bull flag up here. Lower high, lower low. Closing below the bearish cross, but over the 17 EMA. All right. On the 2-hour chart, all right, we have a 2-hour downtrend where the yellow 3 EMA is under the white 8 EMA. And you can see price, the 3 and the 8 all underneath the falling 17 EMA. So we have a 2-hour downtrend. And then we take a look here. We've got a 10-minute downtrend. You can see we left off with right here, where a price action crossed underneath the 8 EMA, and you can see the fallout right through there. So there's a 10-minute downtrend inside of the 2-hour downtrend. That's what we left off with yesterday. We're looking for situations where red erases green as entries. All right, I do want to point out we are right here on the pitchfork. This is the Andrews pitchfork. I don't know why it moves like that. That's not cool. But you can see right there. Let's take it and put it on a 2-hour chart. See if it looks any cleaner if it keeps moving around like that. All right, there's a 2-hour chart with the Andrews pitchfork, and you can see price action spiking below there. All right, below this the pitchfork, coming down into this rising anchored VWAP right there. That's from the breakout candle right there. All right, that's the breakout move. That's the higher low. That's anchored off the higher low of the breakout. All right, in the futures market, we came down here in the overnight session. We hit this number right here. Actually, no, not that one. Well, a little bit higher, right on this one. Yeah, we hit this one in the overnight session right there. And that's the support of these 3 humps right there. That would be the minor support right there. So possibly get a bounce today. All right, we'll see what happens. There's SPY. All right, let's take a look at QQQ on the daily chart. QQQ puts in a lower high and a lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. FNGU putting in the outside day, higher high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. So SPY, QQQ, FNGU still in uptrends. SPY technically could be called a downtrend, making that lower low there from that one-day candle. All right, let's take a look at IWM. Here's IWM making the lower low, placing it in a downtrend. So you have a low, and then IWM makes a lower low right here. Okay, we have a lower high and a lower low. So IWM in a downtrend. On the daily chart, yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap, below the 17 EMA. So IWM in a downtrend. Diamond Dow also in a downtrend, breaking the low right here. Yesterday, or actually the day before, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap and below the 17 EMA. So IWM and Diamond Dow in downtrends. All right, let's take a look at T2122. Price action. The bears threw us out of the seller's chop zone. We went right through the sell zone and just chopped sideways all day inside of the oversold zone down here in T2123. It was bearish all day. Now, if you look at the 15-minute chart for T2123, you can see we started out red, we ended up red. We just gapped down and went to the right. That's it. Big bear flag right there. So we're looking for continuation, which we got in the pre-market, and we'll see if we'll get some more during today's session. T2123 3-bar chart. We added 3 more red candles right here on the T2123. You can see now price is underneath our 17 EMA and heading back towards the rising 200 SMA right there. Now we have a on the 15-minute chart, we have a hooking over 200 SMA up there. We'll see if we can recover that. That would be the spike candle right here. This would be the rubber band candle. We'll see if we can recover that, this being the rubber band candle right here. T2123, that's the 15-minute chart. And here's the 3-bar chart right here. And you can see price action kind of pulling back, magnetic pull into this 200 SMA. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, still, this was a nice bull flag, but then this happened. Now I'm not too crazy about it. Okay, did go up, and then he had a nice pullback for a bull flag, but I'm not liking this. These three candles right here. Not crazy about that. If we get a bounce off the pitchfork or off this rubber band action on the 15-minute, that would be cool today. We'll see what happens, what they want to do. If they're going to continue to melt into the 200 SMA, or if they can recover that some of that energy and start heading back in the other direction. All right, for FNGU. All right, FNGU had a pretty good day. A little red, a lot of green, a little red, a lot of green, a little red, a lot of green, a little red, and that's it for the rest of the day. All right, so FNGU stayed up over VWAP for almost the entire day. Kind of different than some other days. See, like this day, underneath VWAP, over VWAP, over VWAP, over VWAP. The whole day long. Last 3 days, FNGU, that's the big caps, it's been up over VWAP, indicating that money's flowing into the market. So we'll see what happens here. That's FNGU. Let's go back and take a look at, let's look at our precious metals. Here's silver. All right, silver, yesterday's candle, higher high, higher low, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. That's bullish, that's in an uptrend. GLD, different story going on here, putting in a lower low early this morning, places it in a downtrend. We have a low here. It makes a lower low. There's a lower high. This would be the lower low. But GLD, yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Silver doing nice. GLD now hits a downtrend. All right, let's take a look at USO. All right, USO making the higher low and the higher high, putting it in uptrend status. Yesterday's candle got a lower high and a lower low, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. Not a pretty candle, but still it did the job nicely. UNG still in an uptrend. All right, yesterday's candle lower high, lower low, closing underneath the bearish cross, but over the 17 EMA. Nice rising 17 EMA there on UNG. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors. SMH. SMH still in an uptrend. Higher, lower high, lower low. Closing inside the bullish trap over the rising 17. SMH still in an uptrend. IYT not in an uptrend, okay? Transports making lower highs and lower lows. They're in a downtrend. Yesterday's candle, you can see it here. Lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap, below the 17 EMA. So IYT, transports in a downtrend. Semiconductors still in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at financials. XLF. All right, here's XLF making a lower low right here. Okay, that places financials in a downtrend. Here's a low, makes a lower low. All right, there's the lower high. Here's the lower low. All right, we're underneath the 17 EMA. This candle right here underneath the 17 EMA. So XLF now in a downtrend, and along with the transports. So not a pretty sign here for XLF. So now we've only got just the semiconductors, and technology is only working in our favor. So we'll see if we can recover that. Let's go. Excuse me, folks. A little tired here. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. All right. So yesterday is this green candle right here. All right. We closed. We are in an uptrend. Why? Because we made higher lows right here and a higher high. Places U.S. dollar index in an uptrend. Not a good sign. We kind of needed it to melt down. Getting a little bit of melting in this morning. We'll see if we can get some more later on. Need to change that. We need a weak dollar so we can have a market rally. All right, so there's U.S. dollar index. No longer in a downtrend, in an uptrend now. Back again, has resumed its uptrend. On the economic calendar for today, this morning, we've got GDP, and in about 30 minutes. No, 15 minutes. 8:30 we got GDP, international trade in goods. 8:30 jobless claims. 8:30 corporate profits. 8:30 retail inventories. 8:30 wholesale inventories. 8:30. All right, so you got like 6 things happening there at 8:30. GDP, trading goods, jobless claims, corporate profits, retail inventories, and wholesale inventories. At 10 o'clock, pending home sales. They're going to give us a report on that at 10. And then a natural gas report at 10:30, a petroleum report at 11, and a couple of Fed speakers, and that's it. Tomorrow, nothing much happening except for personal income and outlays at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Chicago PMI 945. Got a rig count and then a Fed speaker, and that's about it for the week. All right, so really light week. The main event is this morning. That's GDP at 8:30. We could see the market rip. I think the number's going to come in good. So we'll see exactly what happens. Max Payne for today. All right, not even one put for every call. So there's a shortage of puts that expire today. Mostly all calls, probably in hopes of a good GDP number. Max Payne for today is 526. You can see we're well below that. If we do get a market rally, there definitely won't be a put squeeze because you don't have a lot there. All right, so market rally should be able to get us back to 526. We left off yesterday at 525. Earnings calendar. I'm yawning. I'm sorry about that, folks. For this morning, Costco is going to report this evening, $360 billion. Royal Bank of Canada, they're going to report this morning before the open. Dell Technologies is going to report with Costco, and Marvell is also going to report with Costco later this evening after the close. So that's pretty good size market cap right there. That's over $1/3 trillion in Costco. That could move the markets. All right, let's take a look at Friday. Friday's just some familiar names, but nothing that's really going to move the markets. Monday, Mizuho Financial, they're going to report $51 billion. Again, nothing that's going to move the markets, but some familiar names. Tuesday, CrowdStrike's going to report $84 billion, and they're going to report after the close on Tuesday. Other than that, you get some familiar names, but nothing that's really going to move the markets. You know, Bath and Body Works, Core and Main, Hewlett Packard. Again, like I said, familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets because they just don't have enough market cap. All right, so that's it for this morning. All right, I'll take some questions in the room. All right, if there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and render my video. All right, so here's your chance to ask questions. All right, hey, good morning, Alan. Good morning, Stefan. So that's it for this morning. I want to thank everybody out there in video land and digital land. Everybody out there on YouTube and Facebook. Appreciate y'all subscribing and being a part of my channel. Thank you. I really appreciate that.